Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashton. I'm a single 20-something who recently moved to Dallas and is just trying to get my life together, to explore new things. And I recently, but not so recently, in January posted a debt confession video and was just talking about where I was with my debt, where I was looking to be, and the process that I was going to take to get there. We are now in April. It is April 6th as I'm recording this video, and this is my first update. So before I get into the actual update, I want to kind of talk about why it has taken me so long to record an update. If you watched my debt confession video, and first of all, thank you so much for all of the kind comments, the prayers, the support on that video. I just really appreciate that. So I wanted to read one comment from that video. All of the comments were amazing. There's still so many that I need to respond to, but I wanted to read one in specific. It was from Budget Stuff Save Repeat. She said, "Once you shed light on the darkness, it takes the power away from it. This is a hard season for you, but one that will be well worth it. I used to get the butterflies in my stomach when I was looking at my debt. I'm so glad I addressed it and tackled it." And then she said, "The devil likes when we isolate and keep everything so guarded. There are so many people on YouTube that are in the same exact stage as you, so there's no reason to feel ashamed or guilty. You've acknowledged what you did wrong, and now you can do something to fix it. May the Lord shine his face upon you." And it was really that part where she talked about like shedding light on the darkness and that taking the power away from it, and also that the devil likes when we isolate and keep everything so guarded. And I feel like I know that for so much of my life I have wanted to present as if I have things all together, and that has even come into this debt journey. So even after making the debt confession, because this payoff journey hasn't been linear, and because things have come up and all the things, it just hasn't looked like, it just doesn't have a pretty bow on it yet. And so when stuff doesn't have a pretty bow on it, it makes it hard for me to want to present it, because I want to present things when they're neat and good and accomplished, right? And so even in that, I have had to push past that. And so I am doing that today, and taking this opportunity to just say, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm continuing to go, and to also celebrate the small milestones, because that's something else that I struggle with, is celebrating myself along the way and not waiting until I complete a thing to celebrate myself. I have a friend who just does such an amazing job at celebrating herself, and so yeah, I wanted to give this update to you guys who have subscribed here and are supporting me in this journey, and then also just to not get stuck in that shame cycle that got me here in the first place, and then to also celebrate how far I have come in the past for I think it was like, I can't remember if that video was at like the beginning of January, but it's been about like 3 full months. So yeah, let's get into the update. So in that first video, I wasn't super clear on where my debt was. I kind of had an idea, and so here was my starting debt on January 15th. So I had one credit card that was at $1,700, and I'm gonna put them all here on the screen. My second credit card was at $2,300 basically. My third credit card was at $624. My fourth credit card was at $369. And then on Affirm, I had $735. And then I also had a program, an educational program that I was paying off, that was at $1,700. So in total, with the specific numbers that you see here on the screen, my total debt outside of student loans was $7,392.01. So that's where I started in January. And so in the last video, I said that I was going to be doing the Dane Ramsey method. And so step one is to build an emergency fund of $1,000. So in January, the first thing that I did was build my emergency fund of $1,000. So first I want to celebrate that I did that. So celebrating that. And then in March, so just this past month, I had two unexpected car related expenses that unfortunately but fortunately wiped out the emergency fund. So while it was unfortunate, because I liked, you know, seeing that I had that there, that's what the emergency fund is for. And so I'm having to change my perspective and just be so glad and proud of myself for saving that money and being able to use it when I needed it, and not having to worry about if I was going to have to take money from my bills or things like that. So that's the first thing that I'm celebrating, that I did build that emergency fund, that it was there when I needed it. And so yeah, my goal this month in April is to build that back up to $1,000. But yeah, so I did do that step. And so that's kind of the part about this journey that's just not linear. And so it's not like I can just mark something off and then, well, I guess in this scenario, like the emergency fund, because it's a fund for emergencies and emergencies happen, it's not like I can just do that 1,000 and then, you know, expect for nothing to ever happen. So yeah, that's part of I guess this journey, and yeah, it's not going to be perfect. So there's that. So I did do step one, but I guess I have to go back to step one and just make sure that that is funded again. And then step two is working on the debt. Now, it is the snowball method. I can't say that I have necessarily been doing the snowball method, so that's the other thing. I have just been kind of just paying off debt here and there. So here is where my debt stands currently as of April 6th. So my first credit card, it still has the $1,700. That one was actually sent to collections, unfortunately. And so I just have to figure that out. If you guys have any recommendations for what to do when debt is sent to collections, then let me know in the comment section below. But that's something that I'm working on figuring out. My second credit card is at $2,198.15. So I have been paying that. I am on a repayment plan now. And so I think I can't remember if it was February or March, but that is now current on my credit. The third credit card is paid off, so we can celebrate that as well. And then my fourth credit card is at $180. And then Affirm is now at $243.95. And then my program that I was paying off is now paid off in full as well. So my current debt is at $4,324.60, which means since January 15th, I have paid off $3,067.41. So I am officially under $5,000, which is great to see. I'm super proud of myself for sticking to this, for, you know, calling the creditors, getting on different plans, and just trying to face this head on. And so, yeah, I still have a lot of room to grow in terms of just managing my finances in general, especially on the day-to-day expenses. A lot of you guys mentioned using the cash envelope system, and so that's something that I definitely need to implement because I am a swiper. Honestly, not even a swiper, I'm a tapper. And so yeah, I really need to work on that, just tapping and just not being mindful of where my money is going, because I'm sure that I do have extra money that I could be putting towards debt. So yeah, that is something that I am working on in general. So those are my goals going forward. Number one, to rebuild my emergency fund. Number two, to implement the cash envelope system and just get a better handle on my finances in general. I do have a budget that I'm using. I'm not the biggest fan of it because it is monthly and it's just hard for me to see like what needs to come out of each paycheck. So if you guys have a system that you use that is like bi-weekly or switch your payments by paycheck, and you would like to share, please drop that in the comment section below, because I am looking for something like that. But yeah, so that is the update. We are officially under $5,000, and I am just excited to see what continues to happen. I'm going to try to make updates more frequently, but yeah, I don't want to drag this out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for your encouragement, for your sweet, kind comments, for your prayers. And yeah, I just really appreciate you guys, and I will keep you updated along the journey. So until next time, bye.